Hey guys, and welcome back to Brexit Britain, a country that caught coronavirus, took Donald Trump's advice, and drank a bottle of bleach. And also, welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Thank you for all your messages you sent me, and a special thanks here to everyone who signed up to my channel. I feel so blessed with so much people that have signed up, so thank you for that. I'll go through all the messages. I'll answer as many as I can, but I will like all the messages for definite. So look, we've got in Brighton. It seems like the council have given in to the workers' demands because they've come to some type of agreement, and it looks like Brighton they're going to start clearing up all the rubbish up in there. So it'll probably take them a few days, but all that shit will be cleared up. So I'm really pleased. I'm really pleased for Brighton. Do you know what I mean? Because as I said before, yeah, they never deserved none of this shit, right? That you Brexiters have put them through. They didn't deserve any of this, right? And it's your fault, right? So you Brexiters, yeah, you should be down there helping, right? You should be down there, and you should be apologising to them as well. Now, I don't know whether or not, yeah, you saw what happened to Michael Gove yesterday. you know, here's the thing, right? I agree with harassing the fuck out of politicians. You know what? Not give them a fucking minute, right? Anywhere they're seen, just harass the hell out of them. Don't ever touch them. Don't ever be anywhere near being hands-on with them. But you know what? Just harass the fuck out of them. Just make sure that they know, you know what? You are a politician, yeah, for all the wrong reasons. And that's one thing we can say, yeah, about all our politicians that are in power right now. Right? All of them are politicians for the wrong reasons. Because, I'm sure we've got, what, over 2,000 food banks in this country? Do you know what I mean? And if you're a politician, right, and you're in a country where you've got over 2,000 food banks, right, then you should be feeling ashamed of yourself. You should be looking at yourself and saying, well, you know something, I'm a lawmaker and this shit's going on. But no, you know what they've done, right? They've made it that if you, as a politician, speak about food banks, right, people start attacking you and saying to you, well, you're talking the country down. Right, you hate Britain, because they do that to us all the time, by the way. Right? They that is one of their tactics from the right wing. Oh well, they hate Britain, they hate America. It's one of their tactics. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So if you speak about things like food banks, right, then that's it. As far as they're concerned, right, and I'm sure, right, that a lot of these are people. Actually, these have got to be all people from the right wing, right? And so many people from the right wing, yeah, haven't got two pennies to rub together. Do you know what I mean? But somehow these people believe that they're on the same side as Jacob Rees-Mogg. Don't know how, but I mean, if that's what you think, then you know what, I'm just saying to you, good luck with that. Right? But I agree. As I said, I agree. Yeah, with harassing the fuck out of these people wherever we see them. If we see them in a restaurant, just harass them to make them get the fuck out of there. Right? As I said, yeah, never ever hands on, because harassment, right, and violence are two complete different things. Do you know what I mean? Right? But I don't know if you saw the actual pictures with Gove, right, and how many police officers was surrounded him in a few seconds, right? Just a couple of seconds. That was it. There was and they say, well, people are always saying, well, we never see police anywhere. If you look there, you'd think to yourself, I'm sure that every single police officer in England was surrounding him. So there was about, I don't know, there seems to be about 15 police officers there. Do you know what I mean? There might even be slightly more, but there was a lot of police there. Do you know what I mean? And they surrounded him, and they got him to a place of safety, right? Because the people, I heard a lot of people like shouting and screaming stuff. Do you know what I mean? You couldn't really make out what they was, but I did hear a few profanities shouted at him, right? Which, as I said, yeah, when you're in a government, right, and you're voting against like disabled people, and you're voting against like feeding children that are less well off, right, and all these type of things, then something, you deserve all this shit. That's what happens to you. You deserve all this shit. Go into politics for the correct reasons. Go into politics, yeah, to actually do something about, yeah, the people who need real help. Right? You're in a country, man, where you know what? the homeless thing is just ridiculous in this country, right? These people, they don't build council properties. They're doing that on purpose. They're not building council properties. They're selling off loads of council land here to private developers and saying to them, "Oh, well, is there any possibility you could give us like that maybe 10 flats out of the 200 you're building?" All that's nonsense. The council should be building. The council should be building properties, right? So that people don't have to wait 7 or 8 or 10 years to get a council property. But all of these things they're doing, all these things they're doing them all on purpose, selling off all these things to the private sector, and then they're wondering why people are on the streets harassing them. That's what they're wondering. Why people? I know that some lockdown fruitcakes, yeah. But it don't really matter who it was, right? But yeah, so as I said, yeah, these guys, yeah, this needs to happen to them all the time because this is the only way. This is the only way that you might get some way of them starting to change their ways and have a social conscience because none of these guys have got an actual social conscience. None of them have got a social conscience. They take £20 off the lowest earners in the country, right? And then they wonder why the hell they're being harassed. Right? You're being harassed, yeah, because you know what? Your politics are a load of fucking bollocks. That's the reason why people are harassing these people out on road. Do you know what I mean? Right? And as I said, this should be happening to them every single time they rear their big fat heads anywhere. Right? If when you've got people who are deliberately doing things to punish, right, people who are who they consider to be a lower class than them, because that's how all these guys look at all of you TiVos, right, and you Brexiters. They look at you as a lower class. That's why they know they can fool you into voting for stuff that's going to hurt you and not them, right? Let's move on to the pig farmers, right? A industry, yeah, who basically has destroyed itself, right? That's what it's done, right? This industry, yeah, it's not just this on, but because it's the whole of farming. This is. Right, it's the dairy farmers, right? It's the lamb farmers, it's the beef farmers, right? And the pig farmers, right? Now, I want you to check out again, yeah, another interview on Byline TV, right? Where you've got pig farmers talking about saying this devastation shouldn't be happening. Right, that's how they're talking now. This devastation shouldn't be happening. Right, this is the biggest crisis in pig farming ever. That's what they're saying, right? That's what they're saying, right? Right. One of them said, "You know what? Yeah, I've been through foot and mouth twice. Not personally, but I mean his animals had foot and mouth twice, right?" And he said, "You know what? Nothing ain't hit like this." Another farmer said, "You know what? Yeah, this must be the only country ever, right, to be culling off, healthy animals, right? To burn them for because they can't go into the food chain." He said this must be the only country who's ever done that. I just think the only country who has ever thrown itself off a mountain, right? That's this one. This is the only country, yeah, that has ever had to, right, cull off pigs in this way, right, and they're not going into the food chain. One of them even mentioned Boris Johnson's, his interview with Andrew Marr, when Boris Johnson said, "Wow, pigs die. That's what happens." Boris Johnson, I think, has got the level of the same level, yeah, as you Brexiters, but he's got the educated level of you Brexiters. That's the thing, because none of you guys haven't got common sense, and Boris Johnson hasn't got common sense, but he is educated though. Yeah, you guys remember I said the Donald Trump thing where he's poorly educated. See what I mean? You guys are just like, right? So the pig farmers, right? Britain is 40% self-sufficient with pork. Only 40%. And that's going down. That's going down. That's going down massively because a lot of these guys, yeah, their businesses, yeah, are going under. I know the government have just said, you know what, we're going to get, a couple of thousand butchers over to come and deal with what we've got to deal with, but I don't really think I don't really think that's going to work. I don't think that's going to work because I don't really think people want to come here anyway. And I don't know if you saw, yeah, Claire Byrne and Nigel Farage, right, interview, right, where she just said, you know what, she just took him to pieces in the interview, and then I saw, and then, right, she played this. She played one of Nigel Farage's where people send him. He's working on one of those things like some type of telegram thing or something like that, right? Where people get him to say stuff, and a lot of people have getting Nigel Farage to say stuff just really stupid. Right? And someone sent him to say. Someone obviously made him say like up the IRA, up the raw. Right, and he said it right, and she played it back to him. He gets £87 for each one he does, right? But then I saw Nigel Farage on GB News complaining about how Brexit is going. You know something? Yeah, I just say, you know what? If Nigel Farage is complaining about how Brexit is going, then you know something. I don't even know where to go with that because all of this is Nigel Farage's fault. Right. I don't know what Nigel Farage was expecting. Right. I don't know what you Brexit was expecting, but this is what we've got. Right. This is the country that we've got. You've managed to completely ruin it. Right. So as I keep telling you, fools, right, I hope you're happy with your sovereignty, right? Low wage earning, big fat ass, because it serves you the motherfuck right with your low wage job. Anyway, guys, this is By Any Means Necessary. I'm MC John Ribbs. It was really nice to speak to you guys. Comments below.